What's up, everybody? Yeah! Welcome to the Mike Dolce Knows channel. Today, I want to share insight with you that I learned in my own journey about myself, and I thought it would be very helpful for you as I'm in the midst of my own weight loss journey, right? My own weight loss, fat loss journey, just like you, which is a journey of individual transformation. And something happened to me this week that I hadn't thought of in a long time, but I know you're dealing with right now and will help catapult you into greater levels of success. And this is around your pain point, your trouble areas, your biggest challenges as a vehicle to your greatest success. Well, what does that mean? Last night, we held the first ever Strongmen live event. 150 people signed up. Only 50 people showed up. Well, outside of the one or two schedule changes, emergencies, well, that shows 1/3 of the people are willing to do what needs to be done to get the job completed. 2/3 of the people, they're just not willing to do the things necessary to propel their life forward. Now, that intertwines with my own personal experience. I'm in fucking crazy shape right now. Pardon my language. And I don't say that to boast. I say that because I've been working my tail off since January 1st. And I kicked it up on April 1st. And every month I've ratcheted it up. And I've gone through times of success where I've hit my marks. And I've gone through times more so recently of what feels like slower gains. And it's so much harder. It's so much harder when you're at single digit body fat percentage to see progress, right? When you're in the 20s, it's not hard to go from 20 to 15. When you're at 15, it's not that hard to go from 15 to 12. When you're at 12, it's a lot harder to go from 12 to 10. And when you're at 10, Jesus Christ, it's really hard to get to 8, if at all. Most don't. So let me tie this in for you, and briefly consider clicking that inner circle link below. There's no sponsors of this podcast. I'm inviting you to join me inside the inner circle, and I'll talk about that at the end of this quick message here about increasing your ability to transform your body really through fat loss. Now, I was at a place earlier in the week where I was dieting as hard as I could. I was training as hard as I could. I was performing as much cardio as I could. I was increasing my steps as high as I could. I was sleeping as much as I could. I was drinking as much water as I could. I was managing stress the best that I could. And every day I'd step on the scale, and every day I'd look in the mirror, and every day I would take that progress photo. And I just didn't feel like I was making progress commensurate with my actions. Although when I look down at my step list, which that's something we spoke about in the Strongman event, we acquire skills by taking the necessary steps to achieve those skills. And I'm looking at the steps that I had built out, that I followed along, and I went along the step, and I did every fucking step correctly. Every step correctly. But on Monday, after not cheating and not eating pizza and not having all the stuff that everybody else is having this beautiful summer, I'm still focused on the grind. And I wake up Monday and I look like a melted candle in my mind. I got this little layer of fat just under my belly button. I can still see a little wiggle in my hips. Man, what's going on here? I'm working so hard. How long is this going to take? I might as well just quit. I should have had the pizza with everybody yesterday. I should have had a couple beers with my friends last night. But I didn't. And I persevered and I stuck with it. And no shit. That was Monday. Monday, I felt like I looked the worst I had looked. And when I woke up on Wednesday, like magic, it's the best I've looked in my entire life without even trying. Everything was razor sharp. Deep abs etched in that I haven't seen before. The tendons of my intercostal muscles are now apparent. 2 days before, 48 hours before this, I was at my lowest. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I was drained. My pain point. And I've said it to you before. I've shared this information with you before. Right? We go through these skinny fat stages. As you lose fat, what happens? Well, the skin sags and gets flaccid. But if you keep following the steps, that skin will reclaim the elasticity. If you're lifting properly, if you're building muscle, you will be stuffing the shirt, increasing muscle size inside the shrinking skin. And that eventually will melt and it will catch up. Well, the purpose of this conversation with you is that this carries over into everything in life. Maybe it's your relationship, which we spoke about in the Strongman event last night. Maybe you're putting in work and it's just not coming back to you. You're doing everything you think you should be doing and it's just not coming back to you yet. So you're like, F it. I'm going to go back to being the schlub I was previously because I'm not getting anything in return for the good deeds now. Well, that shows that you're not the person you need to be yet. You're still the schlub who's pretending to be the good person that your significant other deserves. You're working hard, you're making some money, you're saving it, but it doesn't really look like much yet. Screw it. You should probably just go out on the weekends and blow a couple hundred extra bucks. Because, I mean, it's not going to do you any good anyway, right? It's going to take you months or years to save up enough money for the down payment on the house. So one weekend's not going to matter if you blow a few $100. Or you're on your fitness journey. You're doing your morning cardio. You're packing your meals. You're eating when you're supposed to. You're saying no to go out with your friends. You're getting in your workouts. You're tracking progressive overload. And you've made some progress, sure, but you don't look the way you thought you would look in this period of time. Results just don't seem to be happening fast enough for you. So what happens? Remember the analogy earlier? 2/3 of the people will quit. 2/3 of the people will not show up. They will not show up. They will not push through. And maybe this is you. How many times did you give up on the journey? And what we talked about last night, we call it the weak path or the strong road. Weak males take the weak path because it's easy to say, that's too hard. That will take too long. I'm going to do something else instead. Where strong men will take the strong road, regardless of how long it may take, regardless of how much work will be required. Strong men will do that work because the goal is inevitable. And I had that personal experience. Monday, I was down. True, like full transparency, being vulnerable here. Monday, I was down. I was like, damn, man. I didn't have ice cream. I didn't have pizza. I didn't have a couple beers. I didn't do, and everybody around me was. I didn't, because I stayed consistent. So Monday, I was like, I looked in the mirror and I looked worse for it on Monday. But I kept to the strong road. I kept swinging the axe, the machete for this analogy. I kept clearing the brush on the strong road, and I kept moving forward, regardless of how I felt. Because our emotions lie to us. And on Wednesday, no shit, when I woke up, it was the weirdest thing. Some of you might have experienced this. When I woke up on Wednesday, you wake up and I like move the covers to get out of bed, and I could see my abs working, everything moving as I'm getting out of bed. I was like, holy shit. Let me go into the bathroom and check out that selfie mirror real quick. The best I'd ever looked. In that short period of time, almost like it was written into a movie script. So my point is, those pain points that you experience on your journey are road signs that you're on the strong road to success. So do not let those moments divert you. Don't let those pain points, those weepy emotional moments that you are allowed to have, and you will have those. Some of you following 3 weeks to shredded, you lose a pound a day every day for the first 10 days, and then you go 4 days and you don't lose a pound at all. You call me, you call the team, freaking out. What's going on? What's wrong with your program? It's not working. I've lost 10 pounds in 8 days, and then I haven't lost anything for the last 4. And we gently laugh and we explain what I'm explaining to you right now. But I went through it again myself. And I thought that was really cool because I felt the full emotions that you guys feel, that you feel. And I wanted to come back and share that with you. Now, what is this inner circle? This inner circle is a mentorship group run by myself and packed with other strong men. Women are certainly welcome if you are a female that wants to be a part of it. Absolutely. But this will be a man speaking in a man's voice on men's issues. Okay. Many of these issues are evergreen to the ladies. I had a conversation with Brandy last night. She said, well, are women allowed? Yeah, women are definitely allowed, but I'm not a woman and I'm not speaking in a woman's voice. And I do not pretend to have the perspective of a woman. So this is the perspective of a man speaking to other men on issues surrounding men and how to become strong men. That's what the inner circle is. I am a part of an inner circle group, a mentorship group, if you will. It's like a round table of very successful people. I'm the least successful of those in that group when you come to monetary issues and material issues. I'm more successful with regards to my 22-year marriage. I'm more successful with regards to my personal health and fitness. I'm more successful in some areas, not as successful in other areas. There's a billionaire in my group, so you can understand this. There's 100 millionaires in this group. So just to show you, I'm a part of this group. I've been a part of this group for almost 10 years now, and I was the junior. Now I'm a fully fledged member at the table. This is what the inner circle will be for you. So if anybody's interested, if you want to be surrounded by other men who are struggling and fighting to take the strong road and not the weak path, because there are only weak males or strong men. Males are not men unless they are strong, and muscles are not the only indicator of a strong man. I know many males with big muscles and no ethics and no morals and no values and no code. That they're weak males. The inner circle meets Twice a month, the first and third Wednesday of every month. We will meet this coming Wednesday for all new members to kick off the new quarter. We run this in quarters. We have 4 pillars of strong men inside the inner circle: fitness, family, finances, and fortress. Each of these 4 pillars have 20 different skill sets and action steps, learning modules that are built into this that we go over every session. There is homework. There is a to-do list. There is accountability. There is group dialogue. There is support. There is mentorship. There is focus. There is clarity. There is camaraderie, which is what I've had the benefit of. And I owe a lot of my current success to the mentorship group that I've been a part of and the strong men who stood above me and reached their arms down to help pull me up. Now, this is what I'm doing for you. If you are interested, if you have the need, click that link below and join. You can cancel at any time. There's no obligation. Come or go. I will be there. We will be there, focusing on becoming stronger men for our families, stronger men for our communities, stronger men for our legacy. Because Lord knows the world needs strong men right now. And the inner circle, that's my way to help build this army of independent, strong men so you can build your own empire. So the world needs us. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm going to delete this video after a day or two. It was a very clear, open conversation with you. It's slightly different from what I normally do. Those of you who listen, you're more of the hardcore channel members, the community members. Now is a great opportunity. This video will not live in perpetuity. We will shut it down here because the inner circle will be a small, intimate group of highly engaged men. Women are allowed, of course, we're inclusive, but directed primarily at men's issues, because Lord knows it's hard being a man in today's society, no matter what society tries to tell you and how they try to meme you and pretend like you have it easy. Every man knows how hard it is to be a man in today's society. We get no credit. We get no respect. We are not valued. We are not appreciated. We are not respected. In fact, quite the opposite. We are the punchline of nearly every joke. We are the cause of every misery. Us to work our asses off, to bleed and sweat and suffer, is the expectation of us when we come home at the end of a hard day. There is no trophy. There is no pat on the back. There is no applause. We're lucky if there's dinner waiting for us. So, inner circle, click the link below. Remember the pain points, though. This is part of the curriculum that we really break down, because it starts with the psychology. To be a strong man is to first have a strong mind, because a strong mind builds a strong body. A strong mind builds a strong family unit. Weak men have weak families, no cohesive family unit. Strong minds build strong finances, your war chest. Strong minds build fortresses to insulate all that you love and care for. Strong minds build empires. So it all starts with the strong mind, and a strong mind starts with the change of perspective, washing away all that social media has put onto you. On both sides, the left and the right, is all BS. I could rant on and on. I'm going to cut this here. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. Again, this video is going to live for about 24 hours or so. Those who join the inner circle, I cannot wait to speak with you this Wednesday. You'll get more information once you sign up. After that, we're off and running. Until next time, boom.